Hi, Caitlin. How you doing? I've got your work up here, and I hope you don't mind. I used your work as an example. I hope you understand the reason why. I just think that a lot of students can learn from your work. I think it's actually very, very advanced, and I'm just loving it. I really am. And this week is no exception. My idea here for the remainder of this project is to let you do your thing. I, I would like, I don't want to do any art directing because I think you're doing a wonderful job. And I don't think where somebody coming in and interfering with what you are doing is going to help the project. So I'm going to leave that to you. What I can do, however, is offer observations and some factual relevance of visual communications. So I think the circle is a mistake. I do. I think it adds another layer of meaning where it's not needed. Okay, so in other words, the interpretation by merely placing this color circle behind the mark is adding a lot of meaning. And I think it was really clear, and it was also a really it was actually the form was gorgeous, and I just don't think you need that. I think it's taking away from this wonderful um, symbol. Okay, that said, I want to look at this symbol, and I mean, I'm not trying to bring things up that have already should have already been mentioned, but a lot of times I notice things a little bit later on that I didn't notice, or perhaps in this case, I'm noticing something only because it's presented here as um, the white, completely flat white on that color background. So by stripping the layers away, the layers, the depth away from the symbol itself, I think it leaves this area right here a little bulky. And I think the same can be said right up here, through here. Just a little bulky for the remainder of the spatial relationships, just right through here and maybe right through there. It's a little bulky. But other than that, I think that this is just business as usual. It's gorgeous. Another observation is that I don't think it's a good idea to place your pictograms in these circles with the color background, and the reason there is because now you're stuck using this whole thing to indicate this actual pictogram. So in other words, you're not able to. Well, actually, let's go. You did extract the figures from their boundaries in a little bit later on in your presentation, and I think we see that, yeah, right here. Okay, so that's good. So at least you're not, this may be a presentation thing. I don't think it's needed. I mean, I think that the whole idea behind these pictograms is to develop this relationship with infinity, so to speak, as these sports figures seem to do. So when we see these skiers flying through the air, it defies reality. And I don't think to express that in terms of bounding it in a bounding box, I don't think it's doing those pictograms justice in terms of this relationship that these athletes have with basically with this infinity, sky forever. Do you know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. In short terms, I'm just saying this. They're confined. They're being restrained where I don't think they should be. So, but you did make an excellent decision over here by extracting those pictograms and actually using them in the tickets. I'd like to see a couple more, how those pictograms work. And I love the recurring pattern thing. That's great. I love that. Really, really good concept development. My only issue here is that some areas, I think your pictograms are looking, again, a little bulky, not quite as svelte as we might expect from an athletic, a pictogram of an athletic figure. I mean, it's just getting better and better as we go along, Kat. It is. I mean, it's just, it's just probably one of the better presentations I've seen while teaching this class, and I've taught it a few times. So just keep on doing what you're doing. Take my comments. If they make sense, run with them. It's your work. So if you're happy with the addition, then that's awesome. Just give me a good reason why you want to keep it, and I'm down. All right, cool, excellent. If you have any questions, please get with me. Great job. Thanks, Kat.